how to create bulletproof shoulders, 6 exercises, 1 band, and at the end, I'm gonna give you 3 bonus exercises. So you can fortify and bulletproof your shoulders, so you don't have to have nagging pain, you don't have to have self-doubt, hey, am I gonna be able to do all these things that I love to do anymore? You're gonna be able to build from the inside out with a really simple foundation. Tie the band to a stationary object, do a face pull, then externally rotate. So the cool part about this is that you're increasing your strength and your mobility at the very same time. So you're getting a 2-for-1. Now studies show that the stronger that your rotators are, the more fortified your shoulders are going to be, which means less shoulder pain. This is one of my favorites because it requires nothing except for you and a wall. So what you want to do is you want to back up against the wall nice and flat. You want to bring your elbows nice and high, and these are called wall slides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the tension driving my shoulders into my shoulder blades, and I'm going to keep my arms against the wall, and I'm going to stretch up as high as I can. So what I'm doing is I'm going to find that point where it's a lot of tension and I'm really feeling the muscle activation. I'm going to come back down, okay? So the cool thing is that you're activating your muscles, you're strengthening your shoulders while you're increasing the flexibility in your lats, in your trapezius, your middle trapezius, the middle of your back, your shoulders, and it's a really, really awesome release, and you're getting stronger at the same time. Those are the very best things that you can do for your shoulders and your back and your spine, is when you're increasing mobility and your strength at the very same time. So you want to do anywhere between 10 to 20 based on your level, and then go ahead and relax. And if you want to repeat, you can do a second set. Weak shoulder blades means weak shoulders. You want to get on all fours, make a thumbs up sign, hey, with your right or your left hand, keep a locked straight arm, and go in to an I position. Then slightly to your left or your right into a Y position, and then directly to the side in a T position. And you want to go between each position, maintaining all the stress, all the activation in the middle of your shoulder blade, in the middle of your back, your middle trapezius muscle. This one is simple. You're simply doing an internal and external shoulder rotation. You internally rotate the elbow and you put a little bit of pressure on your wrist, and you use your muscle to activate and pull it through. That's very important. Then you externally rotate and you pull on the elbow on the inside and going back and forth. Now studies show that the more flexible that you are in the shoulder, the less undue pain and undue pressure that goes into the shoulder joint, meaning less pain and less potential for shoulder injuries. A mobile, flexible shoulder is so incredibly important for your shoulder health. Go ahead and do 10 to 15 per side and then switch. Weak shoulder blades means weak, painful shoulders. So what you want to do is you want to grab your band and go against a wall, and you want to imagine that this is a clock, like a circular clock, okay? So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to pull this to noon, to 9, to 6, almost forgot, to 9, to noon. And I want to keep the tension on the shoulder blades the entire time. And then after you do about 10 to 15, go ahead and switch sides. This is probably my favorite external rotation for the shoulder, which fortifies and strengthens the rotators in the shoulder. And one of the reasons why is because it looks like, you know, a pose from your senior photos back in the day. But another reason is that it gives you a full range of motion in your shoulder joint. So you're stretching all the way down and you're activating all the way up. Now, I believe one of the things that makes our shoulders the strongest is when we incorporate exercises that increase its flexibility and strength at the same time. Now you notice I'm using a 5-pound dumbbell. Now it does not take a whole lot of weight to really increase the strength of these little baby muscles. Now what you want to do is you want to put your elbow on the inside of your knee, and you want to go all the way down, getting a full stretch, and you want to come all the way up. Do anywhere between 15 to 20 reps per side. Again, I use a 5-pounder, sometimes a 10-pounder, or sometimes even a 15-pounder if I'm doing less reps, and then switch sides. Here's the deal though. You're not in competition with anybody for your shoulders, okay? these aren't big muscles, okay? The stabilizer muscles for your shoulders are small. And so you don't want to treat these exercises like you would with an overhead shoulder press or with a push-up or with a dumbbell chest press. These are the muscles that support and engage the shoulder and the shoulder blade. And so you want to be able to treat these muscles with care. But here's the deal. It takes consistency and repetition to really make a difference in your shoulders. Go ahead and lay on your side. Have a 90-degree angle in your elbow. Use your shoulder muscles to push your arm down and gently assist with the opposite hand. And go back and forth, gently assisting with the opposite hand. Now the activation part is so incredibly important because when you activate your muscle through a stretch, the activation actually tells the tight muscle to loosen even more. The term is called reciprocal inhibition, and it is the magic elixir of these exercises, and it makes it so good. And when you get to about maybe 10, 15, I go to 20 sometimes, then go ahead and switch sides. Now studies show, I always say this, studies show that the looser you are, the more flexible you are in your shoulder, the less wear and tear that you're going to experience in your shoulder joint, which means less undue pressure that goes into the joint, which means less shoulder pain. Mobility work is so incredibly important for healthy, fortified, bulletproof shoulders. Secure the band to a stationary object. You want to go ahead and tuck your shoulders down, keeping the elbow right on the inside of your waistline. Now typically you want to put a little bit of a towel there to create a little bit of space. I don't do that. I just maintain this space myself. You want to keep a 90-degree angle in the elbow and go ahead and internally rotate and pull the band towards the midline of your body. You're doing all these external rotations for your rotators, and so you want to be able to balance it out and start activating the internal rotators. Now, one of the reasons why people's shoulders get all jacked up in the first place is because there's imbalance in mobility and the length of your muscles and the shortness and tightness of some muscles, the loosening of the other muscles, and the strength imbalance around your shoulder joint. These are some of the main reasons why people have pain in the first place. And so it seems super intuitive just to make sure that you're balanced. And this is one of the best ways to balance out your shoulders. So what you want to do is you want to do about anywhere between 15 to 20 reps and then switch sides. This is one of my absolute favorites. I'm obsessed with this exercise. So what you want to do is you want to grab a dumbbell, maybe 5, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever your comfort level it is. You want to get a chair, you want to get a bench. I'm using a ball, doesn't matter. You want to keep your arms locked and straight. And then what you want to do is you want to stretch it all the way back, keeping your arms locked and straight. Then what you want to do is you want to pull back and allow the dumbbell to pull you down even farther, and then release. And you want to go back and pull it down and then release. The activation of you pulling it back even farther is very important because it sends a signal to your tight muscles to loosen up. It's called reciprocal inhibition. Now, that's the active pulsing version. Now you can also just relax and let the dumbbell pull you down itself, and you don't have to do anything. You just keep tension in the arms and keep them straight. Man, you have limited mobility in your shoulders and you have shoulder pain. This is going to change your effing life. This is awesome.
I hope you enjoyed the full bulletproof shoulder protocol. Now here's the deal. If you do this every freaking day and you overdo it, you're gonna hurt your shoulders. But if you do it consistently, with lightweight, with repetitions, without stopping, it's boring, it's not as exciting as all the other stuff, but it's the unsexy exercises that are gonna create the most amount of strength. Remember, you have a mission and a purpose, and I hope this helps you.